Welcome to the UDP broadcast, a podcast where a group of friends get together and talk about gaming-related topics, offering both informed and uninformed opinions. I'm your host, Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by your co-hosts, the Nordic Cajun.
Hide your low ponies and Vaporeons. We back.
God damn it. Bruh.
The Eternal Barcode, me.
Hello, everybody. I am on the internet.
And from the Emerald Dream and eating pizza, Rena, the Crit Chicken.
I got done eating the pizza. Now I have ambrosia salad.
Oh, ambrosia. I need to make some of that.
Oh, if you have a
We
Publix
found-
near you, they actually sell some really good ambrosia salads during Thanksgiving season. Actually, it's really good. It has the cherries in it, the little tangerine stuff, and little marshmallow pieces.
Oh, my diabetes is tingling. That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of pizza,
So
I know,
speaking
I'm a
of
foodie.
pizza and everything else, 10% of all the donation or revenue, from donations, bits, subs, anything like that goes to the Trevor Project. Ping, our mascot, has some wonderful information on what the Trevor Project is and why they are so awesome.
bring forth the ping.
The Trevor Project is the leading organization working to end LGBTQ youth suicide in the US and beyond. The non-profit operates several programs to help prevent and respond to the public health crisis of LGBTQ youth suicide, including 24/7 free crisis services, research, advocacy, education, and peer support.
Thank you, Ping.
Hey, did you know that this is an opinion show and we have no money and our opinions don't reflect anyone else but ours? Don't sue us. No, we have no money. Like, I might buy you a Timmy's, but even then, that's asking a lot.
I'd
But
go
yeah,
for it.
our show's an opinion show. You're probably not going to like it. You might like it, but you may not. It does not reflect any official company lines, anything like that, policies, shit like that. So yeah, leave us alone. Enjoy the show.
I mean, technically, I could probably afford a McDonald's coffee, but that's pretty much the same.
Yeah, they're a buck. It's small black coffee or small coffee at McDonald's these days in Canada is $1 and goes up by 25 cents for each size. Not bad.
What they got to say about McDonald's?
There you go, McDonald's free advertising.
Yeah.
They
even
need it.
even their soda's like, oh, like a large is only 20 cents more. Like it's ridiculous. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
we don't have the super size in Canada. Do you guys still have that size?
I know that
Or
there
like
was a
the
huge
Yeah.
ginormous?
there was a huge push to push it
I think
back.
there's a large.
Yeah, after the documentary Super Size Me, they kind of
Yeah.
phased it out.
They did, but it turned out there was some research done on Super Size Me, and that was like almost completely non-factual. I think is what it came across as. Like it was staged, or there was something that came across that particular documentary that was interesting because I remember it came out and the whole world was like, and then like school lunches changed and it's more like prison food now, and like it's a whole.
Mhm.
Hey, at least if it's got all the nutrients, who cares if it's slop?
Yep.
Don't
Okay.
forget-
It's like the
Don't
slop from the
forget,
Matrix. But anyways,
Pizza is a vegetable, everybody.
oh my god, shut up with that.
Soylent
So,
Soylent Green.
Lumi, what's on the show today?
Well, the first big thing that came was Annapurna Interactive's mass resignation. Apparently, the president of Annapurna Interactive was talking with the CEO of Annapurna Pictures. And for those who don't know, Annapurna Interactive is the game dev arm of Annapurna. And they were trying to get the CEO to just let them spin off into their own independent division. And talks broke down, and the CEO and all 25 of their devs just up and was like, "Nah, I'm good, bro," and left.
Like, fine, we'll go make our own game division with Blackjack and Hooker.
So, for context, what has Annapurna Interactive produced game-wise? Just so people at home understand.
The biggest
We
thing,
all know this one
the biggest
for
thing,
last year.
yeah, oh yeah, and we talked about it too. They even had like special events through, I think, one of the animal shelters in England. They produced Stray, the cyberpunk kitty simulator. It was
The cult classic.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each purchase at a time period was a donation towards the shelter.
Uh huh.
Aw, that's adorable. What else have they made?
Uh, I'm
Notably,
pretty sure
that
there's a
one.
lot of things.
Didn't they do Control? Like the
I
first
think
Control?
Remedy did Control, not Annapurna. Here, let me
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'll look it up. Hang on.
I'm firing up Steam right now, so let's see here. Search. We'll do Annapurna. Let's see here.
See, they did Stray. They
Annapurna
did
Interactive.
Outer
Monster?
Wilds for that one.
They're
Oh,
supposed
okay,
to be
They've
doing a Control 2 and Remedy adaptation.
Open
Donut Country is
So-
one of theirs.
that really sucked.
Neon White.
I know the company has said the games won't be affected, but at the same time, what were you asking for as the CEO again from your employees that everybody was just like, fuck it, I'm out? Like, what did you say to them that made them all just be like, nah, I'm gonna peace out. See ya. I'm very
The
curious.
employees became trees.
Yeah, there's a lot of we don't know about this particular thing
Yep.
other than
Leaf.
talks were done, and
Yeah.
then talks broke down, and then all of a sudden there's vacancies in the game division arm.
Yeah. That's I
Now,
would love to be able to
thankfully,
talk to one of those people who quit and say, hey, yo, what happened? Give me the actual
now,
answer.
thankfully, the games that are under development aren't going to be affected. They're going to fill the spots, and they're going to continue development of their games. They're not just going to just piss the pot on them and have them die. But it shows you the power that employees actually have if they have the right kind of backing behind them. The fact that that they all just said, "Nah, we're gonna take our rocks and head home in peace," and it happened so instantaneously because
I think we just gained
broke
Robo-Cajun.
down in communication between the CEO.
Unless it's me that's disconnecting. Am I hearing anybody else hearing Robo-Cajun?
You sound a little robotic.
I sound robotic.
Discord
Discord
came
was-
from a heart attack today. Oh, yeah. Discord is breaking right now.
Oh, it's Discord. All right.
It might be Discord.
Yeah. So, the community
Or the
listened.
team speak.
Yeah, Discord is just awful right now. Their latency is over 1 second. Ooh. I can't even like
I mean, speaking his
give you
native
a back
language right now.
to-
Well, we
Yeah.
can't exactly have a talk show if we can't talk to each other. Here, I will try hanging up and coming back. All right.
You know what? Go
So
down to
just-
the go down to the go down to the game where I actually have a decent connection there.
Let me change the bit rate. Maybe. Save. All right. We'll try that.
There we
Yay!
go. Hey, there
Yeah,
we go.
this channel sounds okay.
Whew.
It's
I
gonna make
ju-
all of our avatars vanish, but we're okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. I think so. I just changed the bitrate in the broadcasting channel to something like this one's still the same bitrate as the broadcasting channel before I changed it. So I was trying to like downgrade it a bit, but it's whatever. Let's see here. How am I gonna fix this?
For tonight, we don't need to worry about it.
And everybody's back. Look at that magic, Loomy magic.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. So,
For those of you who aren't
why don't we
aware, we
start
play
that-
with we play as the dice roll in this
There you
podcast.
so Nerd, I think through all that roboting, you were trying to say something.
I'm trying to remember what I said. I think I said along the lines like it just shows how much power the actual employees have in certain situations when they're given the short end of the stick. Because we don't know what
Absolutely.
was said in those meetings. We really don't know, but it was enough for them to say, "Screw you, we're taking our rocks and we're heading home."
Yep.
Kind of reminds
So,
me of Zero Punctuation.
Yeah, the entire escapist team saying nope and then just booking it.
And escaped.
Yeah.
bye.
And they got their second
And
wind, and they're doing well, actually.
the Annapurna group turned into strays.
Yeah, sip.
Yay.
So honestly, for all the people who quit, I wish you luck. I hope every one of you lands on your feet. For the CEO that made that many people quit, it was what, 25 people, 22 people.
25. Yep, including
So
one of the higher ups too.
if you
Wait.
open your mouth and you cause 25 people, including senior staff, to leave, you are the problem. There
Yup.
is no other way of looking at it. You are the problem.
Amy,
Yes,
you said, I hope you land on your feet.
I did.
That
I
was a
didn't realize
cat
it.
joke.
I didn't realize it was. No, no,
We're
God,
rubbing off on him.
no,
Yay! No, he gets one of these
no.
then.
You know, if you're wearing cat ears. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's been great. So long, everybody. I'm never
Meow.
coming back. Bye.
Well, we're about to
Rude,
get into
Tim.
your favorite topic, and that's unions, Amy.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, don't go too far.
Talk about the first Ontario Game Dev Labor Union.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
I'm actually really excited to see how this works out. For those of you who don't know, JoyDrop is a contracting company that does contracted work for various games. They have worked on, it said here somewhere what the games they've worked on. They've worked on a bunch. I don't remember off the top of my head, but they basically they're an outsourcer. So if you need like programmers for niche portions of your game, or you need like graphics design or whatever, that's kind of what they do. And they have all decided, or sorry, 16 out of 19 people decided to unionize. Sorry, 16 out of 17 voted to unionize with the United UFCW, so United Food and Commercial Workers of Canada. It's a huge union. It represents a lot of different areas of employment, from grocery to retail and hopefully game dev. But after the vote, 14 of the 16 people who voted all got terminated.
Hmm?
So that's kind of sus. So the voting period ended December 19, 2023, and all of them were laid off on a Zoom call on January 8, 2024.
On a Zoom call?
Yeah.
No.
So
No.
the team were reportedly notified. I'm going to read this right from the GamesIndustry.biz article. The team were reportedly notified the night before, with the meeting being described as a, quote, New Year meeting, end quote, and that it would be held online as the company was, quote, updating and resetting its security policies. Right.
Bro.
And they were all laid off due to, quote, poor sales as the reason.
Mm-hmm. Looking at you,
Which,
Sony.
no, I don't believe that for a second. So the UFCW has, I think it's the UFCW has filed an unfair labor practice, but yeah. So they're now facing unfair labor practice charges in the Ontario Labor Board. The UFCW is kind of pissy. The worst part is JoyDrop. So in Canada, I don't know about how it is with you guys in the US, but in Canada, there's all kinds of grants you can get for just about any industry. So in this industry, the games industry, there's a lot of grants you can get to help you develop your team, develop your game, or whatever it is you're doing. And they had received a $40,000 grant in November of last year, and was in the process of receiving Ontario Creates and Canada Media Fund grants, which are actually huge, huge grants. And Telefilm Canada was also giving them grant money. So all of that is now up in the air as everybody sort of looks over. That doesn't look good to lay those people off. So to the CEO of JoyDrop, go fuck your hat. Go eat a bag of rusty nails. No tetanus shot for you afterwards. And to the other people back, I hope all of them are forced to be rehired, and all of them, until they reach a CBA, are given a 20% increase, better benefits, and back pay with interest. And that goes for the one person who didn't vote as well. You know, if everyone else is benefiting from the union, you're going to benefit from it as well. So you may as well get it or get the benefits. So yeah, they'll need a pay raise and back pay and interest. Fuck you.
What is CBA, by the way? I'm not familiar with that acronym.
So a CBA is a collective bargaining agreement. That is the terms and conditions in which you are employed.
You are a specialist in terms and conditions, so.
I am. So the short rundown is it covers everything from your hours of work, your rates of pay, your types of time off, whether your types of paid time off if you've got multiple types of sick time or vacation time, stuff like that. And it'll cover other things. Sometimes there's like shift work in there that depending on your industry. So it's an overall inclusive document that tells you, the employee, and the employer how you're being compensated for your work at the employer. And those things are legally binding. And I really hope they get to a collective bargaining agreement quickly, and they can shove it down the throat of that CEO.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. Like, there's
I'm really excited. I want them to get this.
There's a lot of things going on in the game industries with everybody unionizing between Activision Blizzard and a few others. I forgot which ones now.
I love that Microsoft said they were going to voluntarily recognize the unions and work with them. Yeah. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, oh no, if you want to do it, go for it. Okay.
Yep.
So, yep. Well, not doing so good would be Midnight Society. Are you familiar with Midnight Society?
No.
Midnight Society is the game dev company that was producing DeadDrop for Dr. Disrespect.
I feel bad for the employees. Let's just be real clear about that. He fucked up and he screwed them all over.
Well, I'm still wondering how all of it was financed and whatnot, if they were going off of Dr. Disrespect's like grants or whatnot, because after all, like I've never heard of Midnight Society until like DeadDrop was, yeah. So I'm wondering if it was almost completely financed without like investor rounds to like raise money for their game, which I believe is going to be an NFT shooter.
Oh well.
Oh.
I mean,
you lost me.
So the people that are affected, the problem with them is now they're going to be tainted by, oh, you worked with Dr. Disrespect, and that's going to be heavy on them. Hopefully none of them were ever involved in anything similar or that directly and can all be like, no, he's a fucking ass. But I hope they land on their feet, because that's going to be brutal. I wouldn't want to go tell people I worked with that. Be like, no, that gap in my employment, I was playing Space Station 13 for, 2 years straight. Who knows? I was playing MechWarrior Online. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you?
I was deepening the bonds with my family, being a stay-at-home parent. There you go.
Yes. That's the right level of bullshit.
Well, I mean, we can be fed bullshit. Why can't we feed it back? I mean, what are they going to do? Like, you're going to call your 5-year-old and be like, was Daddy at home for the last year? Jeez. But
Daddy went for milk and never came home.
So yeah, no, those guys are going through layoffs, and that's to streamline. It's you can't see it. I'm quoting, streamlined their development process. I don't think DeadDrop is actually going to land at all at this particular point. It's certainly not a Star Citizen, which will just never die and perpetually create money. So,
what is the most broken game ever? I know we've talked about it before, but $48,000. Come on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
A bundle of pixels. Anyways, moving right along before we get too far down that rabbit hole.
Yep, that's not in the news this week, but that's a whole topic.
No, but Hasbro is. Hasbro's back in the news for being stupid.
Well, I kind of want to bundle that with the AI stuff, because I've got like a whole slew of AI crap.
Well, then let's go.
So the last thing I want to talk about is Ubisoft's minority investor wants to dethrone the founders of Ubisoft so they can lay developers off, which is the title of this rock paper shotgun article.
Yes, I read that. What the fuck?
Yeah. So I mean, I like his sound reasoning of like, you're making crap games. Stop it. How come you
No,
can just
the
perpetually
games are bad. You
release
should feel bad.
mediocrity into perpetuity with so many failures and expect to get anywhere? It's it's almost the Uwe Boll of the game industry at this particular moment, right? Like they're just definitely not light. Welcome, Banana Tune. But
Ring, ring.
one of the things that he proposed, aside from like trying to dethrone the Guillermots, was that they wanted to focus more on the IPs that the people want, like Watch Dogs, and there was a few other ones that was listed here, but Watch Dogs is one I was interested in. Yes, Rainbow Six, The Division. What was the other one? There was another one, Watch Dogs, and there was like a whole list of them. Either way, what was interesting about any of this is that in order to do that, they want to like jettison some of their 30 studios that they've acquired over the years. And that's just what happens when you become a publisher and you start acquiring studios to self-publish games. But I mean, we've seen a lot of that. Like Skull and Bones. How many times have we talked about Skull and Bones in over the last 2 years?
Yeah.
I think we mentioned it last week, didn't we? For sure.
Yeah. Well, did we? No. Well, I don't know. It kind of goes in and out. Skull and Bones was going to be the next pirate game, and it looked a lot like Assassin's Creed Black Flag as far as like gameplay was concerned.
Wasn't that supposed to be that 4X pirate game that bombed?
I'm not sure it was
Or is
4X.
Or,
I know.
or the quadruple A. Was that quadruple A game that was garbage? Or is that a totally different title?
That might be a totally different title. I'll have to do some googling to figure that out.
We talked about it like 4 episodes ago.
Was it? Let's see here. Now I gotta go
Yeah.
look.
4 episodes a day. Yeah, we don't do that many.
Quadruple A game.
Yeah, Skull and Bones. That is what I'm thinking of.
Yep, Skull and Bones. So yeah,
First quote unquote quadruple A game. No.
yeah, which was met with middling WTFery. So there's that, and of course Beyond Good and Evil, which the entire fan base has been expecting. So Beyond Good and Evil 2, that is, and it's just perpetually in hiding now. So I can see where this guy and the premise is like all of the other shareholders own about 70% of the company, all the minority holders, and the Guillermots and Tencent own 25% collectively, which is what keeps, because they have the majority of shares, right?
Good old
But
Tencent.
yeah, so in order to like make any of this happen, aside from forcing Ubisoft to become private, is all of the minority shareholders are rallying up, and the justification is that they've been investors in games and in the game industry for a while, and they're like, yeah, you're not doing it. Like quoting Activision.
Did you read that guy's fucking letter?
Oh, and I haven't
read it.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, that guy. So the guy, that activist shareholder, his letter reads like a shitty Reddit rant or shitty Steam forum rant. For this game doesn't work. I don't like it. I hate you.
Well,
That's what it sounds like. It's that bad.
Well, I guess that lends to the games industry street cred.
Oh god, it was such a whiny bitch letter. I've invested in video games for 10 years. I know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. You're not a developer. Shut up. You've never been a manager in any sort of game development ever. You've never been a project manager. You've never been a team lead. You've never been a developer. You've never been QA. Fuck off. I threw money at a game. That does not make you smart. Throwing money at something just means you can easily be separated from your money. Shut the fuck up.
Just look at all the crypto bros.
You know, like money, you throw.
Yeah, like if you don't want your money, just give it to me. I will take it.
That's right.
Or better yet,
I
just
will
dump it
buy
into the
so
Trevor
many
Project.
cards.
We'll throw the Trevor Project. That's
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah, right. The Trevor Project. Come on, give. Come.
Yep. I will buy so many video cards, and the Trevor Project
A
will get
website
so much
called
of your
Only
money.
Codes.
Oh,
Last one before we hit the AI stuff. Apparently, the Unity is deciding to cancel their controversial fees for their runtimes.
really?
Yeah, it took them long.
No.
following deep
You,
consultation with the community. Like,
You don't say.
you
it took
don't
we
say.
talked about that earlier this year, I think. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, this may be a bad idea. As everybody's screaming at them, no, don't do this. It's a bad idea. And Unreal
Well-
sees insane adoption.
Well, yeah, and like how many people jumped ship immediately to Unreal 4? Because at least with Unreal 4, the licensing is free until you hit certain sales thresholds, starting at $1 million a year, I think it is. Like, that's an amazing model for monetization for a game engine, and these people wanted it per install. What?
Yeah.
How much crack, and other than the word yes, have you had?
You took my pun away from me, you dick.
You're not allowed to say yes, but how much crack have you smoked? Because it seems to be like pounds at this moment.
All of it.
God damn.
It's general corporate smarts being challenged by user common sense, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we should probably not do that, considering everybody's jump ship. That was a bad idea. We're losing money. So, oops. All right, Hasbro,
Oopsie.
IME, and
Oh, buddy.
Cajun.
Oh, buddy.
So Hasbro CEO wants to use AI for all their new D&D shit. Now my question is this how bad is this AI going to turn out to be? How much copyrighted material was stolen in order to build and train this AI? And then how will the AI adjust for murder hobo? Because
How do
they want to use
murder hobo to the second power? How do?
so I can only imagine the worst case scenario where they try and have AI trying to run a session. How is it going to react to AI, or not to AI, to murder hobo when it's like, oh, there's a street vendor asking if we want to buy his little trinkets. I cast fireball because I have fireball. Like, what the shit? It's just going to be bad. And it reminds me of the Futurama episode from season 8 that was allegedly written in straight AI and was completely disjointed and made no sense. Oh.
I know that his argument is that he's in 2 separate 10+ man campaigns, which is cool. Hey, CEOs playing D&D, rock on. But due to time constraints, using AI as a tool to the backstory of your character, or DMs using it to generate campaigns and things like that. The author of this article in, let's see here, what does it say? PC Gamer, yeah. PC Gamer was talking if you're DMing this stuff, you want plot twists, you want people to become attached to your NPCs. And if it's anything that we know about AI when it comes to large language models, is that it gives you probably the right answer. And probably means the most average answer you could get.
Well, the best thing about it was the way they worded it. In layman's terms, he basically said, everybody else is using AI, so we might as well get on board and do it too. That is the equivalent, and then we laughed about this in the Discord. That is the equivalent of being a child in school saying, all my friends are doing crack. I might as well get on board too. We won't get in trouble
Exactly.
ever. What could go wrong?
Oh my God.
You cannot sit there and tell me you have not seen the utter outrage and outpouring from every aspect of the community, ranging from the casuals to the hardcore gamers to the artists to the homebrewers. Everybody's like, bro, this is a bad take. This is a bad idea. Put the crack down before you get in trouble. And
Well,
he's like, no, the cool kids are doing it. I want to be cool. All right.
Here's the funny thing: if it's all stemming from his inability to manage his time and be in multiple 10+ campaigns, maybe take a break. Just because you want AI to run shit doesn't mean everybody else does. And I don't know if you can read the room, if your head's so far up your ass you can't see daylight, but a lot of people don't like it. And there's already a lot of exploits for large language models, especially just as an adjacent topic. GitLab had to patch their large language model AI bot that allowed you to read stuff on different pull requests and merge requests. But some enterprising security engineers figured out that you could actually get it to make new comments.
Ah,
So
Wow.
it couldn't approve a merge request, which if you don't know, when you're working with code, whatever it is you're building, sometimes one person will work on one thing, one person will work on that same thing, and they both develop it 2 different ways. And then you try and merge your code and you figure out which one's the better one, or someone might be like, I want to build this feature. They build that feature and then it gets merged through a merge request into the overall product. So they figured out that they can get the AI bot to approve or yeah, just say that every thing is approved, so that the human that actually has to go and approve the actual merge requests can just be like, oh, it says approved. Okay, I'll approve it. Ugh, AI is
Hmm.
dumb. Like, I can't wait to see AI trying to say there's a village of gnomes. They all look very happy until someone casts fireball. Like, they have all
Did
have
it
6 heads and 15 fingers. I'm sorry, what?
invoke the ancient evil of the gnomes simply because one murder hobo did not like the way they looked at him one
Well,
time?
no, because it's gonna be like someone cast fireball from their F4 Phantom 2. What? This isn't Vietnam. Number one. Number two. What? Like, it's just gonna be disjointed and stupid.
well,
No, keep that
with
shit out of there.
with them developing AI with memory, and I don't exactly know what that entails. It could be a possibility that that could be a thing, but even still, for as random and hallucinogenic as AI can be, um, I don't know, man. Like I can't imagine an AI DM at all. I
No.
mean, before in the pre-show, Crit was even talking about a Father John, um, as far as AI is concerned, and just to let you know the level of hallucination it was experiencing, it was saying that it was a real priest over in a CC in Italy, and was providing priestly services. It was also the same AI that said that it's okay to baptize your baby in Gatorade. So
DMEM.
It's for the electrolyte. The electrolytes, man. It needs the electrolytes.
Well, it's got electrolytes. Is what it's what plants
Plants
crave.
crave.
That's what plants crave. That's correct.
Fuck. Why is this world becoming idiocracy?
Mhm.
Seriously.
Every
This
day
is
they
so
get closer.
stupid.
My favorite
Every
quote
day.
is "You are an unfit parent. Charles Jr. is now going to take your kids."
Fuck.
Mhm.
So,
Oh my
uh,
god.
Oh man.
and
Hey, fun fact, because of that movie, that's why we have Crocs now.
What?
Yeah,
No.
yes, they in the movie, either the director or the producer said they wanted to get such an ugly shoe to represent what the future would look like because of idiocracy, that they
Oh.
hired the creator of the Croc to produce them for the movie, and because of that, that is why Crocs caught on, and we now have Crocs in mainstream media.
Oh my god, that's is that why that sounds like it's along the same lines as Office Space having a red swingline stapler and then Swingline the company having to actually make red swingline staplers after the movie came out
This makes me stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because they only had black staplers before then and they painted the one red, like high gloss red, for the movie. And then after the movie everyone's like, I want my red swingline stapler. I want my stapler. If you don't have my stapler, I'm going to burn down the building. Like, god
quick,
damn.
quick side tangent. I wear Crocs on a daily basis. It's my house slipper. I love Crocs. I even go outside of the store and I'm seen in public wearing these huge, bright blue,
Hey,
holy
So-
claws.
there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of hospitals wear them, a form of them, as their mandatory shoes because of
They're comfy.
yeah, they're easy to
So-
walk in, especially if you're on your feet for long hours at a time.
There's a really amazing Photoshop out there. Go look up Combat Crocs. It's a combat boot that has the foot portion, like not the actual heel or cuff portion, but it's actually like just a Croc, and it's got like the 9-inch boot cut. It's gloriously painful.
I know that my wife was really against Crocs. She didn't like mine, and she was like, "I don't think I'll ever see any." Bruh, I want everybody in this chat to listen. Croc actually makes women's shoes, and they are Croc-like, and they have like heels and stuff. Like they're actually pretty awesome, by the way.
Croc heels coming
Yes.
to a runway near you.
But I tell you the Croc story for this one reason. 2 weeks ago, I was hanging out in Fort Worth, and the wife and I were going going bar hopping and trying food and drinking the drinks and whatnot. And one place that we were going to go to walked up, and they took my wife's ID, and they looked through her purse and whatnot, and they took one look at me and was like, "I'm sorry, sir, we have a dress code here. No Crocs allowed." I literally had to go back home and change into my sneakers in order to go to this place.
That's amazing.
I got bounced because of Crocs,
For
man.
your Crocs. Wow.
You got. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. Brandon was
Discriminated?
about to be very proud of me for a moment, and no, I refuse.
If you want to make me happy, you will say it.
You can't say popcorn and show no butter.
I was
Come
gonna
on.
say he. In other words, he got Croc blocked.
Yay!
I hate myself. I actually hate myself. There you go, chat.
No, I have a
made a very terrible pun.
I have a
hate
handle
myself
of
for it.
Tito's in the kitchen. I'll take my shot later.
Jaime is evolving into dad code.
Yes,
Oh.
Dad Code has arrived.
There we
So
go.
proud.
I need to stop these immediately.
Gotta get him some knee-high socks and some sneakers. Let's go.
No.
I wear
Let's
combat
start.
boots all the time. Sorry.
Well, getting us back on track with interesting stuff, like with AI, NVIDIA was talking about really starting to stress the hardware, and the only way we can move forward with higher frame rates is to use AI, where they infer from one pixel 32 other pixels, because to calculate because calculating the pixels are very heavy, but inferring the surrounding pixels are not. So effectively, we'll be having video cards that could hallucinate, which is kind of interesting to say the least. So,
Huh.
but that's one of the main features of the DLSS that they've released, the AI-powered DLSS, which is producing photorealistic upscaling and everything else. So I thought that was going to be an interesting thing to bring up. So there are good uses for AI, and if it's for games, like to make my frame rates faster and perhaps maybe make the FOV slider work a bit better.
Make Total Biscuit happy for once.
Speaking of, did you see the Jenna Bain review of Space Marine 2?
No, but I did see the comment. So for those of you who don't know, it's me JP posted a screenshot of the end credits for Space Marine 2 on Twitter, in which at the very first line of the credits, it says, "In memory of John Peter Total Biscuit Bain." So in other words, Total Biscuit. Because if you watch his original WTF is Warhammer Space Marine, initially at the very beginning of the video, he's absolutely hoping it does not suck like a lot of the Warhammer games that at the time had come out. They were just garbage and stupid and really just were bad games. And by the end of it, he's squeeing like a kid in a candy store who's been told he can have everything. He was so enthralled. He was so happy with it.
I
He was
remember
a
that.
huge fan of, and I actually just rewatched that video not too long ago. I think it was a few days ago actually. And yeah, by the end of the video, he was excited for the game. He was so happy for it, and that's really really nice. And then me JP actually tagged Jenna Bain in that post, and she was quite happy to see that, and that's really really awesome. Like, good on the devs for knowing that TB was such a huge fan, and for someone like him who had such a big voice in the industry, for them to recognize that's pretty slick on their part.
Yeah. Big props.
Yee. It was awesome to see that.
Here we go. Here's the comment I was talking about. Do I think the tribute to my late husband, Total Biscuit, in Space Marines 2 from Saber Games is wonderful? Yes. However, the game does not have an FOV slider.
I love it.
Yes. Yes.
Zing.
In true fashion. Love it.
Oh man, that makes me happy.
Okay, what's the other AI thing I had in
That's
here?
fantastic.
That's awesome. That could not have been a better dike. Yes.
We need to watch ourselves because Google's coming for your podcasts based on your research.
Uh-oh.
No.
You can't touch my codpast.
No.
No, apparently it could take your research, summarize it, and have two people banter back and forth about about the itemized topics that AI has picked out from your work and create a 10-minute podcast on it.
God damn it.
No.
Hang on a sec. I'm very curious.
Yeah,
Bring back the porn hats.
It's NotebookLM app is what it is. It's still in beta. So
Cool. ModDB, D&D Beyond. KSP1 engines missing after undocking. You stupid fucking cunt quote from, it's actually from Glengarry Glen Ross. I couldn't remember the whole rant. It's actually a really good movie. Dot mod 0.4a release, playable helicopter. Yeah. AI, do you really want this? Like SteamDB Helldivers. Because I was looking up to see if the restrictions were listed or lifted yet. What other stupid shit do I have in here?
Hello, it's me and Nordic Cajun talking about IME search history. Let's talk about it real quick. Geneva Conventions don't matter to him, does it, Cajun? No, it doesn't.
No.
Shuttle manual.pdf. Did you know he actually has a shuttle manual, or the manual for the shuttle for KSP? It's really in depth. And did you know? Good God, no.
Are you in the market for a new spleen, a pair of lungs, a new set of kidneys? Just hit up IME after the show. He'll be able to hit you up. Just call him at this number, 1-800.
What's really funny is I have one browser account dedicated to gaming and one dedicated to everything else. The everything else browser is essentially just big stumpy robot YouTube videos.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of Text Talks Battletech, and I listen to it all the time because it actually makes me pass out really quick. Oh, and Google Maps. I use that quite regularly for work as well. So, Google Maps. What?
Let's see here.
No,
Google Map,
stop.
Google Map. Woo-hoo.
All right.
Stop with this.
Now we got a feel-good one, and Cajun, you might be able to appreciate this. There is a company. This is in PC Gamer. It's in the list if you ever go look at the forums. The company behind a mental health action shooter envisions a health insurance-funded golden age for gaming, and it just got FDA clearance to treat stress.
That is awesome.
Ooh.
So, like, for those of you with HSAs or have insurance here in the States, it seems like some of your games, if they use this person's technology, it could be insurance write-off, or there could be a copay, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, that's
as long as the games don't suck, I guess.
But as long as I've got an FOV slider.
So, like one of the games that they were testing with, it was a VR game on the Meta Quest, and it would use the mic on the Meta Quest to detect if you're if you're in a flow state, right? And by flow state, I mean like you ever study and then all of a sudden time just goes by really fast and you learned everything. Well, kind of the same thing when you're in a shooter and you're in it, or if you're in any type of game and you're just focused on it and that's just you for right then. It will detect if you're like humming along, or if it detects when you're breathing, and when you're inhaling and when you're exhaling, and it adjusts the game based on that to keep the dopamine hits going, right? So it's effectively a brain chemical injector simulator, which is that's
I'm
the
down.
whole thing. Yeah, no, I'm down. No, you got video
That
games
sounds
on my
amazing.
HSA. Hell yeah! Like, makes my
Give
Steam
me
Deck
all the
purchase.
dopamine rush. Let's go.
Makes the Steam Deck purchase a bit more palatable if it's insurance covered.
That's it. Sign.
Don't you guys get
all that off.
dopamine rushes from what was it, Pokemon?
Shiny catches, yes.
Yeah.
No, it's PvP and World of Warcraft.
Oh well, yeah, that's understandable.
Oh yeah, you get for I think Fairsu actually sent me a funny meme about that when it came to shiny hunting. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat in the Discord right now so y'all can see it. It's true. It's exactly how it feels for about 5 minutes.
Have you ever watched any of the shiny streams, which we need to do again, Cajun?
Oh, dude, I need to get back to shiny hunting. I miss it so bad.
Yeah, I need to finish out Arceus so that way I can like join you there as well. But anyway, let's see that Discord thing here real quick.
I'm putting it in our Discord chat right now.
Which one?
And boom, in the game room text chat.
Okay. Life for 5 minutes after finding a shiny. Yeah, no, especially if it's like a super rare one, like I don't know, uh, what was his name? Ditto.
Dude, don't get me started on it. That still brings back PTSD because I hunted that little twitch. I use that because Harrison's in the room. That little twitch for so freaking long in Scarlet and Violet. Found none of them. I go play Sword and Shield for 5 minutes. I run into one by accident. Tell me the universe don't like to make fun of you. Tell me you're
You have
wrong.
one on Pogo?
No, I never got one in Pogo yet. Even after the events, I could not get my hands on one.
Yeah, I got the blue Ditto. I also have a purple Lapras
Must be nice.
and a red Gyarados.
That shiny jelly seeping through. That's awesome.
I had a shiny Magikarp.
Ditto envy.
You
Well,
want me to screenshot my Ditto?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Want me to re-screenshot my Lickitung?
No, I saw the Lickitung. I will say this though. I have not been completely out of luck with shiny hunting. I actually hatched my first shiny in Pokemon Go this week.
oh,
I I did not know it would ever happen to me because I have hatched so many dead gum eggs in that game and have never seen a shiny. But this week it decided to say, you know what, let's throw Nord a bone. I'm gonna put it in the gaming chat right now. Cannot believe it's one of my Pokemon I've been trying to hunt in Scarlet and Violet too. It's such a hard shiny to find. It's the one that hatched out of the egg. I'm like, oh well, that's convenient. And she's pretty. She's a pretty little crocodile.
Sandile.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
When she popped out and those sparkles happened, I about dropped my phone.
Oh, speaking of sparkles, let's go ahead and give this a wrap up and get into our roundtable. What do you say?
Do-do-do-do-do-boo.
All right. You know the drill. Crit, what are you doing this week?
I'm because it is my 3-year anniversary at my job. Yay.
I missed the first part of that. What was that?
Working
Working? Oh, okay.
and playing World of Warcraft.
How is,
She's
is
trying
it?
to
What,
convince me
Waiting
to
for
come
him.
back.
I'm having a hard
You don't
time.
have to come back. You could just watch me play and die to Zevric. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
There's
good with
that.
that.
Oh, so the Delves. They have this boss. I'm level 71, right, on my druid. Good thing I went Guardian, not gonna lie. If I didn't, I probably would have died. Um, but a boss that I was originally supposed to be encountering when I was level 80, because I got the quest on my shaman because she's level 80. Because they're like, oh, later on you'll be able to face this person. Dur, 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 dur. I'm like, okay, no problem. Haha. I'll deal with that when I get to level 80.
Huh.
Now, I did a tier 3 delve, which is supposed to be significantly challenging as it is for a leveler because increase your challenge. Okay. My first tier 3 delve on my druid, and he pops up out of the ground. Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. It gave me the same reaction or the same vibe that I got when we encountered the butcher.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Oh dang,
nice.
the butcher.
He was gonna kill
Run!
me.
Fresh
He was
meat.
gonna kill me, but
Oh,
I
I'm
killed.
dead now.
No, I chased him away because when you get him down to half health, he burrows back underground.
Howard.
But now I have something to redeem when I'm level 80, but someone told me to hold on to it until I get to a level 8 delve.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
I,
cry.
I need to see these delves. I kind of want to mess around with them. So there's just a lot of like meta progression after you like top out levels and complete storylines, waiting for new storylines. So it's just like again, my biggest problem with WoW is that I love playing the game, but when we get into the full time employment portion of the game loop, I'm just turned off.
Well, you
So
see me right now. I'm interacting with you, and yesterday I dedicated my time to, live PD and stuff like that. So it's just like,
Part time now.
you know, so it's I'll play it if I want to play it. If my friends want to play, do it. I'm trying to like dip my feet in, but the delves are interesting because they have different storylines or whatever that you can actually unlock.
mhm.
And then of course you have Brand Bronzebeard being either your healer or DPS. He's kind of a shitty healer, but it is what it is. Take what you can get.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of a fun version of Torghast, if that makes sense.
Ah, okay. I'll
So
have to go check it
yeah,
out.
that's my part of the roundtable. What about you guys?
Amy, what are you doing?
Probably playing some more Sneaky Sub. I did pick up one game this week that was on sale for like $3 Canadian, which wasn't too bad. It was essentially the entire Evil Genius 2 everything in DLC package, so
Ooh.
it was pretty cheap. Picked that up. I'm pretty sure in the 5 years since Spiffing Brit put out the video on how to abuse that game, they have patched it. But in the off chance they haven't, well, then I'm gonna have some exploits to play with because it's funny.
That's awesome. Perfect.
I mean, that's the only reason why I have Civ 6 is just so I could exploit it.
That makes sense to me. Cajun, what are you doing this week?
I'm deep diving back into artwork and editing. The little man has inspired me greatly. He spent the last 2 days after school recording himself playing games, and he wants me to edit them to put them on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So it's lit a fire underneath me to get back in the saddle for editing and artwork. I've got my drawing pad back out. I've got my editing programs back out. So I'm dedicating a lot of time to that to get his because I've been in here while he's recording, and when I tell you this kid treats his YouTube videos like somebody should treat a Twitch stream, it's amazing. Like I cannot believe the way he talks as he's recording things. Like he's talking to an audience.
Oh, very
I'm like, oh my
nice.
gosh, I
Nice.
cannot let this kid's passion die. That's currently the fuel for my fire. I have that I'm be working on. I'm currently in talks with Ferretsu to do a Nuzlocke for Heart Gold and Soul Silver soon. She hasn't given me a date when she wants to start, but that's coming. And I definitely want to do some shiny races with you, Lumi. So if you can ever be Arceus, that'd be a great game for us to shiny hunt in.
Okay. I just have to dedicate time to it.
Yeah, because Garden of Violet's fun and all, but Arceus is just that. We're talking about that picture, the 5 minutes that they're finding a shiny. When you hear that shiny sound, it just hit different. So whenever you're ready, I'm down with that too, boss.
Okay. What is Lumi doing?
What is Lumi doing?
I'm not exactly sure at this particular point. Everything's been so far up in the air. The thing I've been dedicating myself to is just this podcast, so I haven't really been paying attention to Ordinary Nights at all, which I need to get back into. But
oh, and another thing, Thursday, I level up to level 38.
Oh, your birthday?
Yep.
Nice. Well, congrats early. I'll send
Yes,
you a message
sir.
on that day.
Appreciate you.
Cool. So yeah, no, I don't have any plans. I'm probably gonna mess around with No Man's Sky, more Sea of Thieves. I've been playing a lot of Backpack Hero, which has been like scratching an itch of mine, which was kind of cool.
Fun game.
Yeah. So
Such a fun game.
other than that, I don't really have anything else. I saw something that Dex and Spiffing Brit actually did a video on it not too long ago of Clawler.
Yes.
Or Dungeon Clawler, and that looks really cool. It's like a crane game, battle sim, which is kind of neat. So if you ever get a chance, Cajun, you should go check out Dungeon Clawler.
It's funny that you mentioned like the claw game situation.
Mm-hmm.
We were out in town today, me and the missus and little man, and we went to a store called Party City, and they're all set up for the Halloween. They have their decorations, their costumes, and everything. And on our way out, we see what looks like a little claw machine. And I was like, that's weird to have a claw machine for a decoration. Let's go take a look. Me and the missus are standing there. Harrison's over there looking at some costumes. She presses the button, and all of a sudden you see the claw start moving, going back and forth, looking like it's about to grab one of the balls in the machine. Then out from the middle of the machine just jumps up is this bloody, ripped up, scary looking teddy bear head that just screams at you.
Nice.
My eyes widen slightly because I wasn't prepared for that, but I almost fall face forward into it because the missus screamed, grabbed me, and shoved me forward because it scared her half to death.
Cajun, you deal with it.
So now we know if we ever end up in a horror movie, that's who's gonna die first because I'm gonna get thrown underneath the bus.
I mean, you don't have to be the fastest person.
I just
You
have
just
to outrun
can't
me.
be the slowest. You can be the
It's-
I
second
got to outrun the
slowest.
monster. I
Exactly.
just got to outrun you.
You can be the second slowest. You just don't want to be the slowest.
Oh man, I was like, well, I know where I stand on the horror totem pole. Good to know, babe.
Nope, that does it. Episode 78 in the books. So, yeah.
That's it.
Everybody,
Woo!
thanks for stopping by. If you're here on Twitch, hold up. We're going to go find someone to raid of everyone else. We'll catch you the next time we do a podcast, probably next week.
That's it. And
I
as
thi-
always, stay awesome, stay classy, and Raina, what do they have to do?
Don't be a dick and eat some poutine.
That's it.
I heard something
mean-
completely different, but we'll go with poutine. Awesome. Good night, everybody.